was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons.
Greg Zuerlein's got it teed up, and off we go from Arlington.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be second and very short. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Elliott. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. This is Elliott. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Prescott with the give to
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
take over.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Youngwei Koo.
They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this carries into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
Intercepted.
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Loss of 3 yards.
Well, maybe that can give them a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
For Todd Gurley, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 13.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Ryan's pass intended for Hayden Hurst. Incomplete.
On 4th down, the Falcons send out Sterling Hoffrichter to punt.
For the Falcons.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Cowboys, nothing.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Yard line.
Prescott from the gun on third. And Prescott, his third interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
On first down, Ryan. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Check 26, check 26. He's checked. Hey, red flag, red flag, red flag.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one is right through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Over 1st and 10. At their own
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
They'll take over.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, Back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the pace...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Number 11.
Julio Jones.
Touchdown.
68 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Youngwei Koo.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That pick 6 extending this lead even further.